KCAC.com welcomes you to the Wise Guys Construction Braves pregame show. Whether it's residential, commercial, or restoration construction you need, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa at 785-229-5651. Now, for a preview of this OU Braves sports broadcast, here's Casey Weeder. Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the
second round of the losers bracket in the NAI or in the KCAC softball tournament as your Ottawa University Lady Braves take on the Friends University Lady Falcons. I'm Casey Weeder, joined by Matt Kincaid. Matt, the Lady Braves took care of business today in the losers bracket in Game 1 against Bethany College and have earned an opportunity to take on the Friends University Lady Falcons. The bats really started to get going for the Lady Braves where they really struggled yesterday.
Yeah, no, sometimes just a change of day, venue, bright sunshine, who knows? Sometimes just a good night's sleep helps get the bats woke up and going again.
Well, the Lady Braves get the victory at the 11 o'clock, the 1 o'clock start over Bethany, 6-1. Ottawa scored 1 run in the second, 4 runs in the fourth, and 1 run in the sixth. And they were led by their leadoff hitter, Corey Lacey, who from the left side had was actually just a home run away from the cycle, had a single, a double, and a triple to go along with 3 RBIs. And it was the top of the lineup that really struggled yesterday in the matchups against McPherson and Oklahoma Wesleyan. But when you can get the top of the lineup going, that's what makes this team so dangerous and is why they have 34 wins this season.
Yeah, no, when the top of the lineup gets going and can push across some runs, especially early in the game, it puts pressure on the other team. But it also helps when the bottom half is going as well, like they were yesterday. So now hopefully we can get everybody going all at once, and watch out then.
We're going to take our first break of the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
You know Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa as the premier residential and commercial construction company. But did you know they also provide full repair for fire and flood restoration? Here's Bill Crowley, owner of Wise Guys Construction.
We offer full turnkey services, from cleaning and drying to the repairs of your project. We're an insurance preferred contractor. When disaster strikes, experience matters.
When it comes to your residential, commercial, or restoration needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa, 785-229-5651.
Radio. It's been here all along. You know which station is going to tell you the score of the game or where to turn when the weather gets rough. When something big happens, good or bad, you know where to go. And now radio has evolved to move with you with the Next Radio app in your FM-enabled phone. Just plug in your headphones to start experiencing radio in a whole new way while using way less battery and data than streaming apps. Find your favorite stations like the one you're listening to right now. Download the free Next Radio app today. Next Radio, live and local, wherever you go.
Welcome back. We're just about 5 minutes away from first pitch. Lady Braves opponent here in this matchup, which the winner will take on Oklahoma Wesleyan, who just fell in the previous game to Tabor College, who has earned a berth in the championship series. So the winner of this one will turn right around and play at 7 o'clock. And, Matt, what does the road look like for the Friends Falcons to get here?
It looks like, according to this, in Game 1 they had to beat St. Mary's, and then they took on and played Tabor, who obviously beat them to send them to the loser bracket.
And then today they knock off McPherson, a team that Ottawa beat yesterday. Ottawa won over McPherson 3-2, and Friends turns around and beats McPherson 6-0. And Friends turns around and beats McPherson 6-0. So, and when you look at the matchups for early on this season, back on April 24th, Ottawa got the victory in Game 1 in Wichita 8-6, and then Game 2 10-0. Ottawa swept Friends for the first time since April 25th, 2006, and this is a matchup between two of the most tenured coaches in this conference, as you have, of course, Jay Kent from Ottawa in his 17th season, and then head coach Tony Segovia in his 14th season for Friends, so a lot of experience between these two.
Yeah, no, the coaches have both seen a lot of softball over the course of their coaching careers, so not a lot of surprises for them, and also a good way to settle the girls down and the young ladies as they step onto the field to play today.
Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. When we come back, we'll give you first pitch. You've been listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
Thank you for listening to the Wise Guys Construction Braves pregame show on KOFO. Game time is next.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No. You're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa University Lady Braves softball, live from the KCAC postseason tournament in Great Bend. Being brought to you by Constantino's Price Chopper, Subway, Ransom Memorial Health, Wise Guys Construction, Ottawa University, and Arvest Bank. Now let's return to the field and join KOFO's Casey Weaver for Ottawa University Lady Braves softball.
Welcome back. We'll give you the starting lineups for the visiting team, which will be Friends University. Leading off and batting first is the center fielder, Isabella Gonzalez. Batting second, the left fielder, Shelby Baloney. Batting third, the catcher, Kylie Fox. Batting fourth, the designated player, Brianna Vest. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Kaylin Smith. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Kennedy Brunson. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Renee Downey. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Emily Escobar. Batting ninth, the right fielder, Mariah Cahill. And on the mound for Friends will be Heather Breslin. We'll run through the defensive alignment for the Lady Braves. It'll be the same lineup that they've had the entire tournament, and we'll go over that when the ladies come to the plate. But the defensive alignment for the Lady Braves will be Corey Lacey in left field, Kinsey Stevens in center, Peyton Matika in right field. Third base will be Sierra Ratelli. At shortstop, Tommy Lynn Hickman. At second base, Alexa Romero. First base, Jordan Sarnecki. And their battery for this afternoon's game will be Elena Kotlory behind the plate and Rebecca Clinton on the mound. And for Rebecca Clinton, she has a 3.20 ERA, 175 innings pitched, gives up an average of 275 and 158 strikeouts. And Matt, she was really able to get ahead in the count early on against Bethany, and it helped out as she was able to get 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime Clinton can work ahead in the count, it gives her a lot more options on how to pitch the batter. She can use that rise ball as well as try to blow them away with that, at times, overpowering fastball.
And Isabella Gonzalez steps in for Friends to get things started against Clinton. Clinton's first pitch is a fastball in the outside corner, 4-1, and she gets ahead in the count at 0-1. Friends with the white jerseys, white tents. Friends written across the chest in gray. Numbers in gray with red piping around the neck of the jersey with red socks. Second pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-2. Isabella Gonzalez, a .350 hitter, no home runs, and 15 RBIs for the Lady Falcons as they come in with a record of 26-23. No balls, 2 strikes to Gonzalez. And a rise ball that she strikes out on the third pitch for out number 1.
Yeah, really good pitch there. No reason to mess around. Go right after that first hitter of the game.
Well, when you're a slap hitter and you're trying to protect the plate, it's very difficult because you're moving so quickly into the box. And if it's out of the zone, you're in big trouble.
Exactly.
That'll bring the left fielder, Shelby Baloney, also batting from the left side. And she takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
Right now, Clinton's just filling up the zone.
As we saw from Madison Bird at Tabor, pitching her third consecutive game, getting the victory against Oklahoma Wesleyan. You can ride a pitcher a long way in this tournament. And strike 2 as Baloney fouls it back to the screen. And it is an 0-2 count. Matt, you can feel a little bit of a wind picking up behind us, blowing out to right field. I don't see it much on the flags, but you can feel it down here on ground level. And a rise ball high, 4-1, and the count goes to 1-2. Baloney, a .347 hitter, 2 home runs, and 27 RBIs on the year.
You know, we've seen a lot of games on this field over the last couple of days, Casey, where there have been a lot of extra base hits on this field, which will be interesting to see if the wind helps with that today.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Baloney. Fastball that's going to be hit towards left field. Lacey, looking into the sun, makes the catch for out number 2.
That's a nice play by the left fielder, and it'll be interesting to see if the sun comes into play as this game drags on and it gets lower in the skies, if it gets more into the left fielder, shortstop, third baseman space.
So batting third for Friends will be Kylie Fox, the catcher. She bats from the right side. And Clinton throws one right down the middle, but this one looks like it's going to be lifted over the head of Hickman and will land in front of Lacey for Friends' first hit of the ball game. And Fox is not playing around there, Matt.
No, not at all. Went right after the first pitch. Something that we saw the McPherson hitters try to do.
And the power hitter comes to the plate for Friends and Brianna Vest. Right-handed hitter. And she pops this one straight up in the air, and coming in on it is Rentley, and she'll make the catch for out number 3. So Friends no runs on 1 hit as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. You're listening to University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Bill Crowley, owner of Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa, on what sets them apart as your trusted source for residential and commercial construction.
We're not a handyman service. We're a professional licensed construction company. We're not only licensed in Ottawa. With our license, we can work anywhere.
Which means?
No matter what the project or where, you get a licensed contractor every time. We've been in business for 13 years. Our experience and customer service are what keeps us in business.
Wise Guys Construction, 785-229-5651.
Welcome back as Ottawa comes up for the bottom of the first inning as Rebecca Clinton retires 3 of the 4 that she faces. Leading off for Ottawa will be Corey Lacey, batting second, Kenzie Stevens, batting third, Peyton Matika, fourth, Elena Cott-Laurie, fifth will be Aaron Smith, sixth, Jordan Sarnecki, seventh, Alexa Romero, eighth, Sierra Retley, and ninth, Tommy Lynn Hickman for the Lady Braves. And Corey Lacey, Matt, was 2 for 3 in the matchup against Bethany in Game 1, but her ability to get on base to lead things off just puts so much pressure on the defense and also on the pitcher that's in the circle.
Yeah, you know, the pitcher at that point with the runner on doesn't want to throw stuff in the dirt that might scoot away from the catcher and give up an extra base. But yet with the threat of somebody stealing, you're going to get more fastballs in that case.
Well, and you know, Ottawa scored on 1 wild pitch and a second wild pitch. It moved all the runners up. So, and that was part of that 4-run fourth inning for the Lady Braves early on this afternoon, as she will face Heather Breslin. And looking at Breslin's numbers this season, she has a 4.26 ERA, 6-7 on the year. This is her 27th appearance as she faces Lacey. First pitch to Lacey is low for ball 1. And Breslin, a right-hander, set in the circle. Fastball low again, and the count goes to 2-0. Fastball that she hits back up the middle, and diving effort by the shortstop, but it makes its way into center field for a base hit. And Corey Lacey stays hot after her 2 for 3 performance in Game 1. Gets this one started with a base hit.
You know, sometimes that leadoff hit just helps settle down your own team and relax them and lets them feel more comfortable when they get in the box.
And one of the few seniors on this roster, Kenzie Stevens, steps to the plate, and she shows bunt right away and takes something in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Stevens batting .342, 1 home run and 21 RBIs. Fastball that's in there, and Corey Lacey will steal second. The throw from Vest not in time. Excuse me, make that Fox behind the plate. Not in time, and the count is now at 2-0. Coach Kant, you would expect, would throw the bunt here with Stevens. Stevens shows bunt here, Matt. 2-0 count. No outs in the bottom of the first. Game tied at 0. Beautiful bunt by Stevens. She's mowing down the first base line, and she will be called out at first for the first out, but she moves Lacey over to third and a runner in scoring position for Ottawa.
No, a nice sacrifice bunt to move the runner up to third base in scoring position. So many different ways now she can get home from third.
So Peyton Matika, the freshman, heads to the plate, hasn't played like a freshman all year. She deservedly is in that third spot for this team.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with watching her play over the last few days, Casey. She's for being young, she's very disciplined and seasoned at the plate.
286, 5 home runs and 28 RBIs, and she takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Breslin set, and calling time will be Matika at the plate for Breslin. That 4.46 ERA is at 102 innings pitched, gives us an average of 330, and has 47 strikeouts. No balls and one strike to Matika. One out here in the bottom of the first, and Matika hits this towards third. Third baseman keeps it there. Lacey trying to score and does. So Matika with the fielder's choice and the RBI, as Corey Lacey scores from third, and it just looked like Friends was a little shocked that Lacey took off from third, even though the ball was played by the third baseman, Downey. Gave her a look, even looked her back to the bag, but still not enough time to get her out at home.
Yeah, exactly.
And first pitch to Elena Cott-Lori is outside, 4-1. Count at 1-0.
And I think on that last play, because the third baseman was so far down the line, respecting the bunt, Lacey didn't have to go all the way back to the bag.
Cott-Lori takes a fastball inside. As it does catch part of the corner, so strike one, and the count goes even at 1-1. Cott-Lori, a .320 hitter, 9 home runs and 46 RBIs. So take a fastball again. That is just low, and the count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cott-Lori. And she's just going to get a piece of it and foul it down the right side for a long strike. So count even at 2-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Ottawa leads 1-0.
And Casey, it looks like there might be a pitcher loosening up down in the Friends bullpen. Just playing some casual toss at this point, but
you got to think that's Macy Walker, who started the last game for the Lady Falcons. As this pitch is in the dirt, the count goes full at 3-2.
You know, I think at this point in the tournament, all the coaches are going to have quick hooks with pitchers if they need to.
Full count, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Cott-Lori's going to hit it right back to the pitcher, fielding it, and will throw her out at first for the third out. But Ottawa scores 1 run on 1 hit as we head to the top of the second. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
Come to Constantino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa for a huge sale through May 22nd. It's their 70th anniversary, and they're celebrating by giving you the hottest prices of the year and the courteous customer service that's been their mission since 1948. Constantino's Price Chopper, 120 East 19th in Ottawa. Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Braves softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa. Constantino's Price Chopper may not look a day over 65, but they're celebrating their 70th anniversary, and they're doing it with a huge sale. Don't miss out on the hottest prices of the year at Constantino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa, celebrating low prices since 1948. Ransom Memorial Health knows that for expecting moms and dads, education is the key for a positive birth experience. So they invite you to sign up for the next childbirth class that starts July 23rd. Give your newborn the best possible start. Call 229-8458 or find out more at ransom.org.
Welcome back to Great Bend as Ottawa leads 1-0 after 1 inning. Lady Braves going with the black jerseys, black pants. Ottawa written across the chest, outlined in white. And we talked about Corey Lacey in the pregame, and she came out and did exactly what you're supposed to do as a leadoff batter: get on base and be a menace on the base paths.
Yeah, no, exactly right. You know, that's what we were hoping for the team. You know, get the leadoff person on, put some pressure on the pitcher to make good pitches, and then turn right around and be able to cash her in and get a run at the plate.
So batting first in this inning will be Kaylin Smith. Smith, the first baseman, batting .372, 4 home runs, and 41 RBIs. Clinton set and delivers, and this one's roped down the third base side foul for strike one. Clinton will face Smith, Brunson, and Downey, so batters 5, 6, and 7.
That foul ball rattled around down in the corner and took a little bit of extra time to retrieve it.
Clinton back on the pitcher's plate, and she's going to force a pop-up that is going to go foul and over the top. The count goes to 0-2. Saw Clinton get a strikeout on the first batter of the game with the rise ball, forcing Friends to go out of the zone. See if she goes back to it here. No balls, 2 strikes, and just misses on the outside corner for strike 3, but the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, that was a really good competitive pitch there on 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Caitlin Smith. And a rise ball that's fouled away. Smith stays alive at the plate.
So far, Casey, I like the pace with which Clinton is working, too. Getting the ball right back on the plate, challenging the hitter.
Pitch from Clinton is a breaking ball on the outside corner that doesn't catch any part of the plate either, and it goes to 2-2. That is one of the first times we've seen her off-speed stuff. And when she's feeling confident, she'll go to it. 2-2 count, and a fastball hit deep to left field, but Lacey has a good beat on it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, good catch there by Lacey. Again, up into the sun.
And you can see a little bit of the shadows coming in from the netting and then also from the light fixture here to our right. Luckily, we're in the shade for the first time today as we were in the sun for baseball and for softball. So the only way that you recover from that is getting a shake from Brahms, right?
Right, exactly.
1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning, and this one's going to be hit right back up the middle. Hickman has it, but has it fall out of her glove, and it's going to be a base runner for Friends. We'll wait and see what the official scoring is on that, but Hickman was coming in hard and just unable to snag it in her glove.
Yeah, she had to get it on kind of that short hop in order to be able to have it a chance to get the speedy runner to first.
So Bronson standing at first, and to the plate comes Renee Downey, the third baseman. Fastball that's hit down the third baseline foul. The count at 0-1.
Almost a nice play there by the Oklahoma Wesleyan third base coach. Kept his body in front of it, kept it in play.
Downey, a .287 hitter, no home runs and 20 RBIs on the year. Pitch from Clinton is hit at Hickman again. She scoops it, can't go to second, will go to first. And making the grab at first base is Jordan Sarnecki, and a huge out for Ottawa as Downey has good speed down the line. And again, a tough play for Hickman, but she's able to get 1.
No, that was a big play. She thought about going to 2 and realized the runner was too close and went across the diamond to get the sheer out at first.
And Clinton facing Emily Escobar, the shortstop. Gets Escobar to foul it away. And count at 0-1. Pitch from Clinton on the way. Rise ball that is a little high, and the count goes to 1-1. Escobar batting .171, no home runs, 14 RBIs on the season for the Lady Falcons. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball on the outside corner, and throwing it down to second is Elena Cott-Lowry. She wanted to check on Brunson at second. Count 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd. Ottawa leading 1-0, but Friends with a runner on second. Pitch from Clinton catches the inside part of the plate, and we're even at 2-2.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Clinton on the inner half of the plate.
Clinton sets, rocks and fires, and this one's going to be hit softly to left field. It's going to drop, and it's going to score a run. As Escobar with an RBI single ties this one up. And not a bad pitch from Clinton, just jammed Escobar enough, but had enough on it to loop it over Hickman's head and into left field. So that brings the 9-hitter Cahill to the plate, and she pops this one up behind home plate. But it will go out of play, and the count at 0-1.
That last hit, kind of sawed her off. Just had enough spin on the ball to get it over the infield and in front of the outfielder.
No balls, one strike to Cahill. And she's going to bunt it right at Clinton, and she'll go to first for the out. But Friends gets one run on 2 hits as we head to the bottom of the second. We're tied at 1 with Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families, like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free.
When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations. Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
And we're back here in Great Bend for the bottom of the second inning as Friends finds a way to get one on the board there, Matt. Nice hit by Escobar, a 171 hitter to stay with that pitch and drive it over into left field.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good pitch by Clinton and just a good piece of hitting there to get the ball into the outfield. And I really just overall not a lot you can do in that situation.
So Aaron Smith to the plate for the Lady Braves. She's batting .346, 3 home runs, 33 RBIs. She'll be followed by Sarnecki and Romero, 4, 5, and 6 for the Lady Braves. So we make that 5, 6, 7. And Smith takes a fastball inside for strike 1. Pitch to Smith is in the dirt, and the count goes even at 1-1.
It's always good when a team scores a run if the Lady Braves can come right back here and get one to, say, hey, we're not done yet either.
Aaron Smith, a junior from Wiley, Texas, takes a fastball in the lower half of the strike zone, and the count goes to 1-2. I think Clinton would have liked that call on Escobar in the previous at-bat. Pretty close to the same spot.
Pretty close to the same spot. I agree, Casey.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Ottawa looking to respond to the run from Friends. Smith takes outside. The count now at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Smith. And she takes a breaking ball in the dirt, and she's worked it to a 4 count at 3-2.
That changeup, Casey, to be honest, really never had a chance. It slipped out of her hand and bounced halfway to the plate.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And Smith strikes out looking. As that one, I think, caught her a little off guard. She was looking off speed and got a fastball.
Exactly. You could tell she wanted to pull the trigger on it and just couldn't.
That'll bring up Jordan Sarnecki. Sarnecki, the freshman infielder from Elk Grove, California. And she takes a fastball near the belt, and it's called a strike.
I think both sets of hitters are trying to figure out exactly what the zone is at this point still.
Fastball high, and the count goes to 1-1. Sarnecki batting .286, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. And she'll take a fastball in the outside corner, and it's going to be called a ball. So we go to 2 balls, 1 strike, and we're still trying to figure out the strike zone at this point. As the Friends catcher framing it, and it looked pretty good without the frame. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sarnecki turns on this one, but it's going to go foul down the third base line, and the count even at 2-2.
Coach made a nice play down there, a kick save, to keep the ball from rattling into the corner.
Count even at 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. We're tied at 1. Sarnecki turns on this one, loops it over the third baseman's head and into left field for a base hit.
Good piece of hitting there. Got just enough of it to loop it over the top. Kind of got jammed on the pitch. It looked like, Casey.
We talk about Peyton Matika as a freshman. It's hard to believe Sarnecki a freshman as well. And that will bring to the plate Alexis Romero. With the runner at first and 1 out. Romero takes the fastball low. Count goes to 1-0. Pitch to Romero, looks good, and it's a strike. The count at 1-1.
Looks like she might have taken a little something off that fastball there.
Looks like it had a little bit of side movement, too, and it might be trying to work in a slider, maybe a little bit of a cutter. Breaking ball that is just outside, and the count goes to 2-1. And when she drops that changeup, I mean, it is a good 20 miles per hour slower than what we've seen from anything else that she's thrown. Romero, 327 hitter, 3 home runs, 29 RBIs this season. And she fouls this one back to the net, and the count is 2-2. Pitch from Breslin is a little high and outside, and the count full at 3-2. That's a tough one to lay off of.
That really is. Good plate discipline there.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Romero. Sarnecki standing at first base for the Lady Braves. And hitting it right to the second base. Romero goes to the leg to the second baseman. Sarnecki turns for third and will go. And she'll be standing on third with runners at first and third with just 1 out.
Yeah, that ball was hit. It was hit really hard on the ground, but it rolled smooth. And I think the second baseman just let it go right between her legs, thinking maybe I could turn 2 since it was hit so sharp.
Well, how many times, you think about last night's game on this field, where balls like that were hit really hard right at a fielder that took a goofy hop and went one way or another. As a fielder, you're thinking about that when your face is that close to the dirt.
Exactly.
I mean, Hickman took one off the shoulder. Retley took one off the leg. The field playing a little different today. And standing at the plate will be Sierra Retley. And she takes a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Retley, a 300 hitter, no home runs, 15 RBIs. Another fastball, this time outside, though, and the count evens at 1-1.
I think at this point, Retley's probably thinking, besides getting a base hit, I need to get the ball on the right side to have the chance to get the run home with less than 2 outs.
Retley makes a smart decision to lay off that one. Tough pitch on the inside, and the count goes to 2-1 with the ball. Breslin set, delivers a nice fastball down the middle for strike 1. Retley, the sophomore from Leavenworth, Kansas. She's listed on here as a catcher. I see a lot of catchers. Sarnecki also listed on here as an infield catcher. Impressive. Retley plays third base, and Sarnecki plays first. And she swings through that pitch and goes through the glove of Fox, but still a strike, and the count goes to 2-2, and Retley behind on that fastball.
Yeah, it almost looked like she was expecting something off speed and got the fastball. And kind of a defensive swing.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball low, and we're full at 3-2. Breslin's thrown 35 pitches. Pitching away and hitting it right back up the middle is Retley, but not strong enough, and the runner at third will stay put. And Retley thrown out at first for out number 2. Tommy Lynn Hickman, who had an infield single in her last at-bat of Game 1, was her first hit of the tournament. She was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. See if that put a little bit of confidence into her swing from the left side, and she fouls this one back to the net, and the count goes to 0-1. Big opportunity here for Ottawa. I hate to see it squandered here.
No, absolutely. You got to figure out a way to try to get this run home. You always feel like you missed an opportunity to runner at third with less than 2 outs.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Breslin, fastball a little low, and the count goes to 1-1. Hickman, a .333 hitter, 1 home run, and 18 RBIs. And Hickman calls time and steps out of the box. Breslin still finished the pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tommy Lynn Hickman. And she turns on it. It goes down the first base line, and stepping on the bag is the first baseman Smith for the 3rd out. So Ottawa leaves 2 on after they get the leadoff single. And no runs on. 1 hit for the Lady Braves as we head to the top of the 3rd. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Come to Constantino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa for a huge sale through May 22nd. It's their 70th anniversary, and they're celebrating by giving you the hottest prices of the year and the courteous customer service that's been their mission since 1948. Constantino's Price Chopper, 120 East 19th in Ottawa. Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Braves softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa.
Welcome back for the top of the 3rd inning as Ottawa and Friends are tied at 1. Ottawa leaving runners at 2nd and 3rd with really we had 1 out and ended up stranding both runners there, man.
Yeah, that's like we said kind of in the break here, Casey, a missed opportunity for the Lady Braves. That's one of those where you hope at the end of the game you're not looking back going, I wish I could have pushed across that run.
Well, Clinton will face the top of the Friends lineup as Isabel Gonzalez, the center fielder, steps in to the left side. She struck out in her first plate appearance. First pitch is high and inside for ball 1. Count at 1-0. Gonzalez fouls this one off of the Ottawa dugout. The count goes to 1-1.
Right off the top of the dugout, the metal facing. It'll be interesting to see if that ball has a cut in it.
Yeah.
And if it does, Clinton is very happy to use it to her advantage.
1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball bunted, and coming in hard is Hickman, making the throw to Romero, and safe at first is Gonzalez. As the lefty Gonzalez lays down a great bunt and earns an infield single.
That was a nice bunt, perfectly placed. And Romero made a good play on it, just didn't have enough time.
And stepping to the plate will be Shelby Maloney. She's going to bunt it down third base again. Ottawa going quickly, and they throw it into the outfield, and that's going to score Gonzalez. And they're going to move Maloney all the way to third on the throwing error from Hickman, who should have just buried that ball. Friends has the lead 2-1.
So unfortunate there on the throw that allowed the run to score all the way from first.
That'll be a throwing error on Retley. And now with no outs, runner on third base. So Fox up to the plate, and she takes a first pitch strike. Fox had a hit in her first plate appearance against Clinton. Rise ball high, and the count evens at 1-1.
You know, this is where it's going to be, real important for Clinton to bear down here, try to get out of the inning, limit the damage.
1 ball, 1 strike. And this one's foul down the right side, and curling foul. Count goes to 1-2. Fox had a single to left center in her first plate appearance. And gets struck out looking by Rebecca Clinton for her second strikeout of the afternoon. And a big out. The runner still at third base for Friends.
Big strikeout there, Casey, by Clinton. Keeps the runner at third base, gets an out on the scoreboard there, but also takes some of the pressure off the Braves defense.
First pitch from Clinton outside as she faces Brianna Vest, the designated player. One ball, no strikes. And Clinton with the fastball at the belt for strike one, and the count evens at 1-1.
And I know, Casey, you saw the majority of the game, obviously all of the game in the first game today. How's Clinton looking from the velocity perspective from game one to now?
Looks about the same. I mean, she had the Bethany hitters off balance, but another good pitch there, and the count goes to 2-1. And the catcher, Elena Cotlori, kept that one framed for a good 5 seconds after that pitch as she shakes her head in disbelief. That one looks pretty good. 2 balls and 1 strike to Vest. Fastball down the middle, and the count evens at 2-2.
Yeah, it looks like Clinton still has good velocity.
Yeah, overall, Bethany came in and was just really overpowered by Clinton. They were really trying to attack the first pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And she hits this one to second. It's going to go past Romero and into right field, and another single for Friends, and that scores the run from third. And the score now 3-1 in favor of Friends. And just barely making contact there, but enough to where it was a sharply hit, ended up being a sharply hit ground ball that Romero couldn't get to. This one sprayed foul down the third base line. Talking to head coach Jay Kant before today's game, he talked about the fact that it's so difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season. And Ottawa swept Friends in Wichita for the first time since 2006, just a couple weekends ago. And it was going to be a tough one. No balls, 1 strike. Rise ball's high, and the count goes to 1-1. Caitlin Smith flew to left in the second inning. This one's going to be hit to center field. Stevens going back at the track, makes the catch for out number 2. And that one might have been just missed home run. That one just did not catch the full barrel of the bat, but was well hit.
No, you're exactly right, Casey. I mean, it was straight away dead center field. I mean, a back Kinsey right up to the track in front of the 225 sign in center field.
That'll bring Kennedy Brunson to the plate, and she'll foul this one back to the net. Surprising to see a slap hitter in that 6th spot from the left side. See that a lot from your first 2 hitters or maybe your 9-1. But inserting one here in the middle of the lineup's a unique use of strategy here. And she's going to bunt this one down the third base line, and it goes foul, and the count goes to 0-2. It just seems like it's taken a little bit of time for Ottawa to realize the situation is That's the third time a bunt has been dropped, and luckily that one goes foul because Brunson would have made it to first easily.
Easily, yes, absolutely. And all the bunts so far have been down the third base line.
No balls and 2 strikes to Brunson. Clinton with the rise ball, and they will appeal down to first base to see if she went across. And they're going to say she didn't, so the count at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Friends leading 3-1 over Ottawa. And so just getting a piece of it is Brunson. She stays alive at 1-2.
You know, you're right, Casey, in that having Brunson in that spot, trying to run and slap at the ball, puts a unique perspective on where they are in the lineup with the runner at first base here, and you would expect a power hitter in this spot.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Brunson. And a fastball must have been high because it's over the middle of the plate, so we'll go 2-2 now with 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that one again on just not catching the inside part of the plate, and the count goes full at 3-2. And Clinton wanted that one badly.
Exactly. I don't know if the umpire motioned that the pitch was up, but it sure was awfully close if it was.
Count full at 3-2. And this one's going to be fouled away. Three balls, two strikes to Brunson with 2 outs. Top of the third inning, Friends has already scored 2 in this inning. And she's going to hammer it down the third base line, and it's going to be fair. But runner's only able to move up 1 base as it went over the head of the third baseman, Utley, and into left field.
You know, that's really the first big hop that we've seen on a ball that's been pounded into the ground that got over the infielder's head.
Stepping to the plate will be Renee Downey, the third baseman. The 7-hitter for the Lady Falcons. And she will swing over the first pitch, and the count goes to 0-1. Brunson singled to short in the second inning. And that was followed by Downey, who grounded to short in her appearance. She takes a rise ball high, and the count's at 1-1. And this one's going to be hit to Lacey in left field, and that'll do it. And she makes the catch for the third out, but Friends scores 2 runs, and they pick up 4 hits and 1 error for the Lady Braves, as Ottawa's going to have to make a comeback here as they trail 3-1. You're listening to Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Braves softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa. If you're expecting, you have 1,000 questions that Ransom Memorial Health can help answer with their next childbirth class starting July 23rd. Learn about the importance of nutrition, healthy labor, even tour the family birthplace. Find out more by calling 229-8458 or go online to ransom.org.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free.
When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Welcome back to Great Bend as Ottawa now trails 3-1 after Friends scores 2 runs on 4 hits in the top of the third inning. And it'll be the top of the lineup for Ottawa to try and manufacture some runs here And it'll be Corey Lacey who singled and scored a run in her first plate appearance. Lacey, who took the second pitch that she saw in the first inning and roped it up the middle. And Friends, again, bringing the infield in on her because of her speed. And she'll take a fastball that maybe at the knees a little lower, and it's called a strike.
Yeah, I think a couple of those at that spot Clinton would have liked to have had last inning.
No balls, one strike. This one in the dirt, and that has to be a ball. The count goes to 1-1. Pitch to Lacey is on the outside corner and catches the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. Pitch to Lacey, and she's going to hit it off the side of the bat, and it's going to be caught at third base on the weak pop fly to Downey for out number 1.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, Casey, this would be an at-bat that you'd really like to see Lacey grind that out for the pitcher. Unfortunately, she kind of got jammed on that pitch and kind of a weak line drive to the third baseman there.
To the plate steps Mackenzie Stevens, your two-hitter. And
timeout on the field. There's a foul ball from the men's game on the other field. Made its way onto the softball field here and caught the first base coach fairly flush.
Wow. No balls, no strikes to Stevens. She takes fastball high, and the count goes to 1-0. Well, in that game 1, a matchup against Friends, Friends scored 3 runs in the first inning. Ottawa scored 1. Ottawa came back and won that game 8-6, so they've been in this situation before. Stevens will take a fastball in the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. In game 2, it was a 10-0 shutout where Ottawa scored 4 runs in the first inning and really never gave the Falcons a chance. Stevens pops this one up, and it's going to hang in front of Gonzalez in center field for out number 2. And that brings the freshman Peyton Matika to the plate.
You know, at Casey, I have to wonder sometimes when teams play multiple games like this in a day, you know, how you keep your energy up as the day drags on.
Yeah, Lady Braves have been out here since the 1 o'clock game against Bethany and went and grabbed something to eat and came right back. And Matika gets the fastball in the outside corner that's called a strike. Counted 0-1. Matika grounded to third in her first plate appearance in the first inning. And she's going to foul it straight up in the air, and it will go out of play. Count will go to 0-2. And Breslin really settled down since a scary first inning where Ottawa left runners at second and third in the second inning, and then were able to score a run in the first. But she's really settled down here and gotten the first 2 batters, and now an 0-2 count with Matika.
She really has. She's kind of in a nice groove right now.
And she goes with the fastball low, and the count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Ottawa trailing 3-1. And Matika strikes out looking to end the inning, and Ottawa goes 3 up, 3 down as we head to the top of the floor. It's Gilson Auto University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team. to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Cosentino's Price Chopper may not look a day over 65, but they're celebrating their 70th anniversary, and they're doing it with a huge sale. Don't miss out on the hottest prices of the year at Cosentino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa, celebrating low prices since 1948. Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Brave softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa.
We're back as the Lady Braves trail 3-1, and you talk about the fact that Ottawa's already played one game today. That last trip to the plate just looked like a tired mind and tired body.
It really did. Not a lot of energy there, kind of just going through the motions.
And this is an elimination game, and Ottawa is sitting at only 12 outs left in their season, potentially.
Yeah, they're going to need to, pick it up here.
So it'll be the shortstop, Emily Escobar, the 8-hitter, starting things off. She had an RBI single in her first plate appearance, and now she's going to drive this one to left. Stevens on the run, can't make the play. It drops in front of her. And Escobar has 2 hits. Came into this game with a 177 average and placed it out into left center for a single.
Yeah, she just put a good swing on a pitch and served it out into center field.
And trying to bunt it is Cahill, and she puts it off the plate. Count goes to 0-1.
Clearly the attack mode of French is to try to bunt them up.
And Cahill bunts this one down the third base line, and it'll go foul. Count at 0-2.
That ball hit squarely off the plate and then trickled foul down the third base line.
No outs here in the top of the fourth. Friends with a leadoff single as Escobar standing at first, and this one's fouled back into the netting. The count goes to 0-2.
Chance of staying alive coming from the French dugout. The song's probably twice as old as they are.
Fastball on the outside corner doesn't get enough to plate, and the count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Cahill. She just gets a piece of it, and it goes back to the screen. Cahill grounded to the pitcher in the second inning.
And Casey, as the game wears on here, and shadows have now covered home plate, how difficult do you think it is for the hitters to pick up the pitchers delivering the pitch?
I would assume very, very difficult, and that one's going to be fouled away. Escobar made it look pretty easy, though, on that last at bat. Count at 1-2. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth. Mariah Cahill standing at the plate. And Clinton going with the breaking ball. And Cahill just barely getting a piece of it. She was almost all the way out of the batter's box. And she put a swing on that, but nice to see Clinton working in that breaking ball from time to time.
Yeah, and that last one got a foul tip, caught Laurie pretty square in the face mask.
Well, she's coming up to bat in the next inning. We'll see if that gives her a little bit of a jolt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As again, Cahill fouls it away. Pitch from Clinton with the rise ball, and the count goes to 2-2. Pitch from Clinton, and Cahill catches it off the inside part of the bat. Goes back to the screen, count at 2-2. Clinton up to 62 pitches now. After pitching 6 innings in game 1 today against Bethany. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and striking out is Cahill for out number 2. We'll get back to the top of the lineup here with Isabella Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has really attacked the first pitch.
And she's going to hit this one towards left field. On the run and making the grab is Corey Lacey. Oh, no, they're going to say she dropped it. They're going to, must have said she trapped the ball.
I think they called her out.
No, it is an out. That is the second out. I didn't get a definitive signal from either umpire.
Right.
Maybe it is their second or third game of the day, too, so they've lost a little bit of their energy. Because usually on a catch like that, there's a little bit of excitement somewhere on the field.
Exactly.
Get a definitive out signal from Blue, and so that is an out. The beautiful catch by Corey Lacey. And Baloney steps to the plate where she fouls her first 2 pitches back to the screen, and the count goes to 0-2.
And from our vantage point here, looking through the chain link and the netting and bars, it's a tough angle for us to see exactly what went on down there.
Basically like American Ninja Warrior right now. That's all it is. That's how difficult it is to do this. This one's popped up behind the plate. Caught Laurie on the run, makes the catch to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit for the Falcons as Ottawa will head to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. You'll listen to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
Ransom Memorial Health knows that for expecting moms and dads, education is the key for a positive birth experience. So they invite you to sign up for the next childbirth class that starts July 23rd. Give your newborn the best possible start. Call 229-8458 or find out more at ransom.org.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free.
When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Come to Cosentino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa for a huge sale through May 22nd. It's their 70th anniversary, and they're celebrating by giving you the hottest prices of the year and the courteous customer service that's been their mission since 1948. Cosentino's Price Chopper, 120 East 19th in Ottawa.
Welcome back as Ottawa trails 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Cott Laurie Smith and Sarnecki for the Lady Braves. Cott Laurie still looking for her first hit of the tournament. Her average still over 300 at 318. She came into this tournament at 343. But still really nursing that ankle injury.
Yeah, it looks like it has bothered her more than probably we know.
She had it retaped 3 or 4 times during the first game today, trying to stretch it out here in front of us right now. She grounded to the pitcher in the first inning. First pitch is a fastball at the knees, and it's called a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Cott Laurie. And she hits it off the end of the plate towards first, trying to get down the line, and she'll be out at first base as beating her there is the second baseman, Brunson.
Kind of a check swing there. I'm sure that Cott Laurie would tell you she didn't mean to make contact on that. Unfortunately, she did, and it just rolled out in front of the mound.
Aaron Smith comes to the plate. She struck out looking in her first plate appearance in the second inning, and she takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Count at 1-0. This one popped up and is going to land in left field. Smith going to second, goes past the second baseman, and she would have been out by a mile. And it hops over the second baseman, so Smith ends up taking second on the throwing error, but she got caught in no man's land there, man.
She really did. That was very fortunate. I think the left fielder and to be honest, the second baseman were probably a little nervous about that.
So luckily for Ottawa, Smith able to get to second. And that brings Jordan Sarnecki to the plate. A runner at second base and one out. Sarnecki takes fastball for a strike. The count goes to 0-1.
You know, maybe, Casey, that's just the break. The Braves need to get the bats going here.
Well, that's what got Friends going 2 innings ago. The throwing error from third base. Sarnecki takes fastball again for strike 2. Sarnecki, just a freshman. He's going to rip this one towards her third base coach, Jay Kent. The count remains at 0-2 with one out.
He made a good choice there, trying not to field the line drive.
He seems to be seeing the ball well out of the shadows.
Exactly.
Sarnecki shows bunt and brings it back, and fastball just missing on the outside corner. Count moves to 1-2.
You know, it's interesting, Casey, watching Breslin. When she gets the ball back, she immediately takes her hands and rubs it across the back of the pocket of the glove, maybe just to try to get a better grip on it.
1-2 count, fastball low, and the count at 2-2.
Not trying to insinuate that there's any pine tar on the glove, just
habit.
Just a habit.
Just something you do. 2-2 count, one out. Sarnecki on the plate. She rips this one down the line, just foul over third base.
I've heard baseball and softball are great games for people with OCD. So many superstitions, rhythm, minute things that they can all do, and it's all considered just to be part of the game.
Just like being a place kicker in football. You know, it's basically the same game.
Same game.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Sarnecki, and she takes the fastball outside and has worked the count to 3-2. As this one started at 0-2, Smith goes back to second. And she is living life on the edge. She had a double in game 1, and she was thrown out at third base trying to stretch it to a triple. That caught a no man's land on her last base hit, but a throwing error got her to second. She's willing to test Fox behind the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sarnecki, and she'll strike out with a slider. But she couldn't decide if she wanted to swing at or not.
Yeah, and I think, that was just a late swing, just hoping to get a piece of it and foul it off.
And to the plate steps Alexa Romero. First pitch to Romero. She hits it down the line, and it's foul. As a diving Downey at third base can't make the play. But Ottawa, again, just in front of everything. We saw that yesterday against McPherson. Ottawa was making good contact, just a little out in front. Just a little anxious, maybe.
Exactly.
No balls, 1 strike to Romero. Breaking ball in there for strike 2.
That's really the first time we've seen that changeup thrown for a strike.
The rest have been in the dirt most of the afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ottawa trails 3-1. Fastball outside. The count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Alexa Romero. She takes fastball outside, and the count goes to 3-2. Again, Smith playing some mind games with Fox behind the plate. And all Smith needs is one of those throws to second to sail over the head of the second baseman, and Ottawa's only down by 1. But full count here to Alexa Romero. You make that a 2-2 count, and now Romero's going to call time at 2-2. Romero did reach base on an error in the 2nd inning. Their average now up to 324. 3 home runs, 29 RBIs. Pitch on the way. Romero turns on it. Great play at third base. They're going to say it's foul, though, as Downey go for it.
Yeah, really a good play there, and the home plate umpire was right on the call with the foul. There was no hesitation that the ball was clearly foul.
So we'll do it again at 2-2. Still 2 outs. Runner at second for the Lady Braves. Pitch on the way, and just low that time was Breslin, and now we are full at 3-2.
At this point, do you challenge her with a fastball or try to get her with something off speed?
Well, Romero loves the fastball. She can do a lot with it. And she's going to walk with a fastball low. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs as Sierra Retley comes to the plate, and there's an opportunity for her to redeem herself after that throwing error 2 innings ago.
Exactly.
No better way to do it than with the bat.
With the bat is exactly right.
Just takes one swing here as Ottawa with runners at first and second and 2 outs. And that one goes under the legs of the catcher, and both runners will move up one base. Smith takes a big turn, and Fox picks it up and gets it back to Breslin, but a pass ball and a wild pitch.
Yeah, right between the legs, the 5-hole, all the way back to the fence.
So now runners at second and third. Retley hasn't hit a home run this season. Be a good time for it. No home runs, 15 RBIs. There's the pitch to Retley, and it's inside and catches the far inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, base hit right now would be huge for the Braves.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch to Retley in the dirt. The count goes to 2-1. Retley grounded to short in the second. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball outside, and the count goes to 3-1.
You know, if you're Breslin here and you're not comfortable throwing, you do have an open base with number 9 hitter coming up. So you don't have to give in to the batter.
Fastball high, and she will walk Retley on the 3-1 count. That brings up the 9 hitter, Tommy Lynn Hickman, with the bases loaded. Ottawa left 2 on in the second. And boy, this would sure hurt if they were unable to get one across here. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here by the Friends pitching coach. And that'll take Tommy Lynn Hickman over to head coach Jay Cant. And if you're head coach Jay Cant, what do you tell Tommy Lynn Hickman in this situation?
I think just tell her to take a deep breath, enjoy the moment here. Look for your pitch. It's been no different than a situation you've been in all year. You've seen this pitcher now at one time through. You know that she struggled a little bit being wild. Just pick out your pitch and put a good swing on it.
Hickman, a freshman, .331 average, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. And she will step in, 0-0 count. Breslin rubs that spot on her glove a couple times. First pitch to Hickman, and she'll swing over the top of it, and she's going to just get a piece of it, but it'll be strike 1. The count at 0-1.
I like the good aggressive swing on strike 1. You know that the pitcher's going to try to come to her there.
No balls, 1 strike. Fastball outside, and the count even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded. This one's in the dirt as well, and the count goes to 2-1.
This is where you should expect a good pitch here.
Hickman hitting from the left side. And she's going to pop it up to right field. Going back is the right fielder, and making the catch at the track is Cahill for the 3rd out. So Ottawa leaves the bases loaded. No runs on 1 hit for the Lady Braves as we head to the 5th. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave. to be yourself.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free.
When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. Zero.
Congratulations.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Welcome back as the Lady Braves have left 5 on base. I think that half inning may be the toughest, as this team might look back if they do end up losing this game, Matt, as they leave them juiced in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I mean, to leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th in a 2-run game is tough. You know, it was a good job by the bottom half of the lineup to really get, put pressure on the pitcher. And if you could just have gotten a hit or a walk to get back to the top of the lineup, could have turned into a big inning, but alas, it didn't.
Kylie Fox, the 3-hitter, will start things off for the Lady Falcons here in the top of the 5th as they lead 3-1. And she fouls it off the plate for ball 1. Fox singled to left center in the 1st inning and struck out looking in the 3rd.
Fox has done a nice job behind the plate for Friends today as well.
No balls, 1 strike. And breaking ball from Clinton. And if she can find a way to continue working that in and keep hitters off balance, she is lethal up on the pitcher's plate. No balls, 2 strikes to Fox. Rise ball that's hit down the left side. On the run is Lacey, but it's going to go out of play. And the count remains at 0-2.
Yeah, Lacey just ran out of room down the left field line there.
0-2 count to Fox. 384 hitter. And this one is fouled away down the right side. Count remains at 0-2.
As Fox stops to tie her shoe there, pretty impressive that she can tie it with the batting glove on.
No balls, 2 strikes. And Clinton strikes her out looking as that one hits the inside part of the plate. And for Rebecca Clinton, that's her 4th strikeout. So that was her 72nd pitch, Matt. 56 of them have been strikes.
And she's really pounded the zone there, and, that's the 2nd time she's gotten Fox on the strikeout.
Brings up the cleanup hitter in Brianna Vest, the designated player. And she ropes this one into left field for a base hit. And it goes by Corey Lacey in left field and all the way to the fence. They're going to keep her running all the way around, and she will step on 3rd. And another error by the Lady Braves. This will be their 2nd.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. A single that's played into a triple on that ball as it skips by the left fielder. And in a 3-1 game here in the 5th, that really puts extra pressure on the Braves pitcher.
And now this one is hit into left field and foul, deep down the left side.
And I think, Casey, you would agree that as the game's worn on here, that the Friends hitters have really started to time up Clinton a little more squared up balls.
Fastball high near the belt. Count evens at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And this one hit out of play to the left side. Count goes to 1-2. Might be a good time to drop that breaking ball in again and maybe throw the changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and she tries to go high with the fastball, and it's outside. Count even at 2-2. Runner standing on 3rd here for Friends with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. They lead 3-1, looking to add some more to their lead. Breaking ball goes outside, and the count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Caitlin Smith, the first baseman. This one's hit over the head of the runner at third and goes foul.
Smith really seems to have Clinton timed up here right now.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Caitlin Smith. And she hits this one to right field to Sarnecki, who will make the catch. Matika makes the catch, and they will tag up from third and score as Best comes home and extends the lead to 4-1. And it looked like Smith rolled her ankle as she was on the ground after stepping on first base and really struggling to get to the dugout. So that is 2 outs, but a run scores again for Friends. And now they lead 4-1. That brings Kennedy Brunson to the plate. She hits this one to short. Hickman up with it and goes to first for the 3rd out, but the damage done as Friends scores 1 run. They go along with 2 hits as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Lady Braves trail by 3 at 4-1. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No. You're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Welcome back to Great Bend as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ottawa trailing 4-1. They're down to their last 9 outs. But the top of the lineup coming up for the Lady Braves, as it'll be Corey Lacey to start things off. She's 1 of 2. She singled to center in the 1st inning and then popped to third in the 3rd inning. Lacey, the lefty from Edmond, Oklahoma, swings over the first pitch for strike 1.
You know, this will be a good inning for the Braves with the top of the order to get a rally going.
No balls and 1 strike, and she hits this one into center field, and it will drop. She's going to turn quickly for second, and she will be safe standing up. So what for most people would be a single with a loop into center field is a double for Corey Lacey.
Yeah, that's a good way to get your inning started right there. Runner in scoring position on the first batter.
And Kinsey Stevens, the senior from Owasso, Oklahoma, steps to the plate. And she hits this one down the line, and it goes past the third baseman into the outfield, but hit a little too strong where Lacey has to stay at third, but Ottawa with runners on the corners with no outs.
Yeah, that was a good hit there by Kinsey to pull that ball between the shortstop and third baseman in the left field.
And that could be the last pitch of the afternoon, and it will be for Heather Breslin. Her line will be 4 innings pitched. She is responsible for the 2 runs on the bags, but we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Cosentino's Price Chopper may not look a day over 65, but they're celebrating their 70th anniversary, and they're doing it with a huge sale. Don't miss out on the hottest prices of the year at Cosentino's Price Chopper in South Ottawa, celebrating low prices since 1948. Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Braves softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa.
The Lady Braves will see another righty as Macy Walker will step onto the pitcher's plate for Friends. Walker, a .335 ERA, leads the team in wins with 12. Has 9 losses, has pitched in 32 games. 26 of those were starts, 9 complete games, 133 innings pitched. Has batting average of .290 against her. So the ace of this staff comes in relief and has the bases first and third full, and her first pitch almost goes over the head of her catcher, Fox, for ball one. As Peyton Matika, the freshman, comes to the plate. Grounded to third in the first and struck out looking in the third.
You know, Casey, I'd be interested to know, if you know, easily, how often does Walker come in relief in a game?
Yeah, she's come in 5 times this year in relief. So this will be her 6th time, 5 until this point. So
not that she does all the time.
Not super, not unfamiliar, but not, a weekly occurrence, I guess.
Sure.
2 balls, no strikes. That fastball is high. A third fastball is high, and the count goes to 3-0. And we've seen Matika deposit a few home runs this season. She's got 5 of them, 29 RBIs, 281 average. With Elena Cott-Lowry behind her, nursing that ankle injury, and still allowing first base to be open, you do earn a force out at home.
Yeah,
if you do that, but Matika, see if she gets the green light here, tries to turn on something. 3-0 count, and she'll take inside with the fastball for strike one.
Yeah, it looked like in that case that Walker took something off that pitch just to get it over the plate.
3 balls, 1 strike to Matika. And it's high for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And that brings to the plate Elena Cott-Lowry. Cott-Lowry, the junior from Topeka, steps to the plate for her biggest at bat of this tournament. Bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch from Walker just outside, and the count goes to 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Bags are full for Ottawa. They trail by 3, 4-1. Walker's pitch catches the inside part of the plate, and the count goes to 1-1.
It seems, Casey, that Walker's not able to throw the fastball over the plate for a strike, but able to get that off-speed stuff in the zone.
Had some interesting arm action at the end, almost kicked out and then comes back inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cott-Lowry hits this one to third. They're going to get the force out at home and then throw her out at first for the double play. And Ottawa does score 1 as they send Kinsey Stevens home. And Ottawa picks up a run. So Cott-Lowry does get the RBI, but grounds into the double play. So that brings Aaron Smith to the plate. Still a runner at second for Ottawa. Smith hits this one to the middle of the field, but it's caught by the shortstop, Escobar. And that'll do it. Ottawa only scores 1 run on 2 hits as we head to the top of the 6th. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Subway of Ottawa is proud to be a longtime supporter of the area sports teams and wishes the OU Lady Braves softball and OU men's baseball teams the best of luck in the KCAC tournament. Download the Subway app to order ahead, and don't forget, it's always Subway my way at Subway of Ottawa. If you're expecting, you have 1,000 questions that Ransom Memorial Health can help answer with their next childbirth class starting July 23rd. Learn about the importance of nutrition, healthy labor, even tour the family birthplace. Find out more by calling 229-8458 or go online to ransom.org. KOFO is your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas. Whether it's at the K or on the road, you can hear all the action in 2018 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Brought to you by our title sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Ryan Dispro in Garnett, and our many game sponsors who make the broadcast possible. We encourage you to visit these fine merchants who know what it means to be raised royal. Your sports source and home of the Kansas City Royals in East Central Kansas is KOFO.
Welcome back as Ottawa had the bases loaded in that last half of the inning and unfortunately only scored one run. Nice job by head coach Jay Canto to at least find a way to pick up one as Friends went for the double play as they step on the plate at home and then go to first base for the double play, but he sends home the speedy Kenzie Stevens to at least come away with one. Ottawa comes away with one in the sixth and one in the seventh. We're going to extra. So, that one run seems minimal, but at the same time could turn into something.
Yeah, I mean, when you start the inning with bases loaded, nobody out, you have to be able to get at least one out of that.
Clinton's first pitch catches the outside corner as she faces Renee Downey, the third baseman. She grounded to short and then lined out to center in the third. Rise ball is high. Count goes to 1-1. Clinton has thrown 83 pitches today. Don't think she got to 80 pitches in game one through those 6 innings. Still very efficient. Fastball is going to be deposited out towards center field, and making the catch on the run is Kenzie Stevens for out number one.
Yeah, that was a really nice catch. Kenzie covered a lot of territory and made a kind of a diving catch there into left center field to get the out. That was a big play.
Big play by one of the seniors on this team. One out, and first pitch fouled away as Emily Escobar, who you could say is the MVP for this team in this game, definitely the player of the game, who's got 2 hits that have resulted in an RBI, and then she scored a run. But that first RBI for Friends was so key, especially after Ottawa took the lead in the bottom half of the first inning, and they turn around in the top of the second and respond. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball from Clinton. The count to 1-2, and this might be something we see more with fatigue coming, trying to save a little bit for some of these strikeout pitches as she gets ahead at 1-2. Fastball that is popped up and over the top of us. The count remains at 1-2.
Clinton started to break out more breaking balls and off-speed stuff to keep the hitters off balance. And I agree. I think it's a good strategy.
1 ball and 2 strikes. This one's popped up in the infield. Romero coming in strong, makes the play for the second out.
In the position of that ball, Casey, that was probably a better play for the second baseman just because of the angle and the sun that the shortstop was going to have to contend with.
2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Ottawa trailing 4-2. A bunt shown by Mariah Cahill, the slap hitter from that left side, and she takes a strike.
The shadows are now creeped to about halfway out to the pitcher's plate.
Another fastball that's fouled back to the screen, and the count goes to 0-2. Like to see that breaking ball here to a lefty and maybe try and catch the outside part of the plate. Pitch from Clinton on the way, and it's again popped up and sent into the screen. Ottawa is the home team in this matchup, so they still have 2 more plate appearances as we are in the top of the 6th. And again, just getting a piece of it is Cahill. Count will remain at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clinton trying to finish off this inning. Breaking ball down the middle, and he gets Cahill looking. And Rebecca Clinton does everything right in that inning. And she earns a 3-up, 3-down from the Lady Falcons as we head to the bottom half of the sixth. You're listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KLFO.
This West Franklin High School Senior Salute on KLFO is brought to you by DIY Supply. Get an early start on spring. DIY has all you need for your lawn, garden, and flower beds in South Ottawa. DIY Supply and KLFO recognize Alexa McCurdy and Brandy Miller. Graduation for these seniors is Saturday, May 12th at 10 a.m. in the main gym at West Franklin High School. We congratulate these Falcon seniors on their accomplishments and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. This Senior Salute is brought to you by DIY Supply and KLFO.
This is Dr. Mike Hyatt of Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. 3 myths about chiropractic are that it hurts, that chiropractic is expensive, and that once you start going, you have to go for the rest of your life. Most people who come to Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic are in pain, and our job is not to increase the level of that pain, but to decrease it. And so we do everything possible to provide safe, gentle care with a minimum amount of discomfort for them.
Ottawa Chiropractic, 1501 South Main, Ottawa. Call 785-242-4100.
Welcome back as Ottawa trails 4-2, but nothing better than scoring a run in the half inning and then turning around and going 3-up, 3-down on the defensive side, and maybe you keep that momentum going from the last inning.
No, that's really important to build on that. You get it to a 2-run game here. You've still got 2 at-bats. Keep chipping away and grinding.
And we have a pinch hitter as Sydney Lair comes to the plate, and she will take a fastball outside. And Sydney Lair, one of the seniors on this team, batting average of 189, had the game-winning double the other day, and she smokes this one to short, and it's a base hit for Sydney Lair, who is now 2 for 2 in this tournament.
She's really a weapon off of the bench for Coach Camp. Steps to the plate both times and has just stroked the ball.
And not waiting around. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Ottawa. As into the game comes Jessica Reimer, the junior, but what a play by Sydney Lair, the senior outfielder from Garfield, Arkansas, trying to keep her season alive in her career.
And she got to first base. Coach distributed her a couple of jelly beans.
The Starburst jelly beans.
As a reward.
Motivation.
So
Ottawa gets a leadoff single, and that brings Alexa Romero to the plate for Ottawa. First pitch for Walker in the dirt. The count goes to 1-0. Romero reached base on an error in the second and walked in the fourth. Fastball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Goes by the nickname of Monk. Started to pick up on some of these nicknames as we've gone along.
And it looks like Jessica Reimer is in to pinch run at first.
Fastball high, and the count goes to 3-0. Winner of this game will take on Oklahoma Wesleyan at 7 o'clock, right after the conclusion of this game. 3 balls, no strikes. Fastball does catch the strike zone, and the count goes to 3-1.
With Jessica at first base, she was last night named one of the NAI champions of character for the softball team.
Fastball low, and walking is Romero. And Ottawa now with runners at first and second, with nobody out and potentially a pinch hitter here, as they brought one hitter out, and then they're going to put Retley back out there, maybe for a sacrifice bunt, potentially. Ottawa needs 2 runs to tie. So Sierra Retley heads to the plate. And she's going to bunt it to third perfectly. They play it on one bounce. We'll throw it to first. And Ottawa able to move the runners to second and third with 1 out.
Yeah, nicely done there, Casey. Executed, did her job, got the runners up. Gets that tying run into scoring position at second base.
To the plate steps Tommy Lynn Hickman to the sacrifice bunt. Hickman takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
You know, in her last bat, Casey, she had a really good bat. She hit the ball deep into right field.
He's going to pop this one out of play. Count goes to 0-2 with one out. Fastball high, and the count goes to 1-2, and we will do our best to continue to keep you updated on stats. DAC Stats has crashed as a whole website, so it's not a network deal. It is a website in general for DAC Stats, so we will do our best to at least keep you updated on who is at the plate and what is going on the field. Ottawa with runners at second and third, count at 1-2 to Tommy Lynn Hickman. Pitch on the way to Hickman is a rise ball. The count goes to 2-2. And even though first base is open here for Friends, they want to try and get Hickman out with Lacey standing on the on-deck circle.
Exactly. I think Friends is saying we've got to go at the number 9 hitter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hickman hits up the middle. It's a base hit. That's going to score a run. They're going to send Romero home. There's going to be a pay at the plate, and she is safe. A 2 RBI single from Tommy Lynn Hickman ties this game up at 4.
That was a big hit for the freshman in a big situation there. Just saw the ball, drove it right back up the middle where it came from for a 1-out, 2-run single.
That brings Corey Lacey to the plate with Hickman standing on first base. And Hickman running on the play, gets to second base, and she's safe. And that, I believe that softball might have hit her.
Got her in the elbow, it looks like. Lacey's last at bat, Casey. She doubled.
And now with first base open, you might put Lacey there. The count at 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Ottawa's already scored 2 runs and now have another runner in scoring position as they are tied at 4. Winner of this one takes on Oklahoma Wesleyan for a shot to get to the KCAC Championship Series. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. And we have time called on the play, as head coach Jay Cant will bring his runner on second base is Tommy Lynn Hickman and Corey Lacey to talk about it. And Friends at third base is not playing in that. I wouldn't take bunt out of the equation at this point.
No, not with Lacey's speed here at the plate. If she could do a little drag bump, maybe down the first base line, push it down the third base line.
2 balls, 1 strike to Lacey, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Ottawa and Friends tied at 4. And fastball outside, Hickman slides. She's safe at third. She's going to try and score. Throw to the plate, needs to slide, and she is safe. And Ottawa takes the lead. A throwing error from the catcher, Fox. And she had Hickman out. If the third baseman makes the catch, as Downey couldn't apply the tag, and it goes over her head and into the left field. And smart base running there by Hickman to score the run.
Yeah, and as Hickman got up from sliding into third and started home, kind of stumbled.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that she was going to get hung out there at the plate, but good recovery.
And Lacey pops this one up, and it will go right in front of us right here.
Great effort by the catcher.
As she plows into the fence, need a little bit of time to shake that one off. Nothing like being right on top of the action right now.
Exactly. Like the game was in 3D right at us.
Corey Lacey, 3-2 count. No runners on. Ottawa leading by 1, 5-4. And Lacey fouls this one away. Lacey with the bases empty. She singled the center in the first and now fouls this one away. Popped to third in the third and doubled the right center in the fifth.
Looking ahead to the top of the next inning, it looks like Friends will have their top three, the 1, 2, 3 hitters.
So important to try and get maybe 1 or 2 more runs of insurance here if you can. Easier said than done, I know. And Lacey chases this one out of the zone, and she'll strike out for the second out here in the sixth. That brings Kinsey Stevens to the plate. And how big was that catch in center field from Kinsey Stevens in the last half inning?
Oh, it was really big, Casey. You know, that was a long run for her and a diving catch, and it really kept the game in a close place.
Ottawa leads 5-4. Stevens hits this one to short. Up with it, and we'll throw her out at first base. But Ottawa able to score 3 runs and take the lead. They need 3 outs to move on in the KCAC tournament. You can listen to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Some of the luckiest people in America live right here in eastern Kansas. That's because we have something few others do. A local bank that's not part of a large conglomerate. Kansas State Bank. For 100 years, Kansas State Bank has remained your local bank. With bankers and tellers you're just as likely to see at church as at the bank. People you know, people who know you. When Glenn H. Hill started this bank 100 years ago, he was intent on creating a bank by Kansans for Kansans, and it's still that way today. It's truly our bank. Member FDIC.
Since 1993, Sears Hometown stores have been independently owned and operated by local store owners. And being an independent business owner means that they can treat you, the customer, to the best deals and the best service in town. Did you know Sears Hometown stores are the only stores in town with the top 10 appliance brands? Come shop your local Sears Hometown at 220 South Main, where you'll be treated like family and meet the owner, Mark Feldkamp. Your local owners don't work for Sears. They own this place. They work for you.
Welcome back as Ottawa leads 5-4 here in the top of the 7th. They need 3 outs and do not allow Friends to score. And Clinton will see the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters for Friends, as it'll be Isabella Gonzalez followed by Baloney and Fox. Gonzalez 1 for 3, struck out swinging in the first, bunt singled in the third, and flied to left in the fourth. First pitch from Clinton is hit off the plate. Right to her. She'll go to first, and Gonzalez is safe. Nothing really Clinton could do as that one just deadened off the plate.
It really did. It was just, at first I thought it might have been a double hit where it hit off the plate and then hit the runner as she was coming out of the box.
That is the 10th hit now for Friends, and they have a base runner. They'll bunt it here down the third base line. Hickman up with it, goes to first, and gets the out at first. Close play at first, but the runner moves to second on the sacrifice bunt. So already a runner in scoring position here for Friends as the 3-hitter Kylie Fox steps to the plate. First pitch from Clinton down the middle. It's hit to the second baseman, Romero. Ottawa goes to first, and that's 2 outs, and the runner does move to third. Lady Braves 1 out away here. And that brings the designated player, Brianna Vest, to the plate. As Rebecca Clinton has gone the distance here for Ottawa. Fastball outside and high for ball 1. Friends needs 1 to tie. Force Ottawa to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. They've got a runner at third with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. This one's popped up, and coming in on it is Clinton, and she makes the catch, and the game is over. And Ottawa fights to live another day as they will take on Oklahoma Wesleyan here in about 20 minutes. We will take a quick break. You've been listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Being a small farmer has never been tougher.
Dan Wegmuller is a farmer and an American Family Insurance customer.
So it's good that American Family Insurance covers just what I need, because our dream is to become a century farm, a farm that's been in our family 100 years, and pass this life on to the next generation.
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Learn more at amfam.com/farm.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
A true story from a homeowner who dialed Jason Dials, owner of Dials Construction.
We bought a house that needed a ton of work, so we had lots of contractors coming through, and Jason did a wonderful job of coordinating everybody's activities and keeping the project moving along.
And the result?
Jason really delivered something that was beyond what we expected.
Would you recommend Dials Construction?
If somebody asked me who to use for their construction project, I'd tell them to dial Dials.
Dials Construction, 418-8211, 418-8211. Dial Dials.
The Lady Braves with the come from behind victory, Matt, and win it 5-4, and what an effort there in the bottom of the sixth inning to score 3 runs on 2 hits.
They really did it, and you know what's kind of been the story of the tournament so far, Casey, has been the bottom part of the lineup is one that really got the key hits and got the runners started and pushed across the runs.
We're really joined now by head coach Jay Cann, who will sit with us real quick before he has to get back to his team. We have about a 30-minute break or so, is what they said on the PA system, for Ottawa to take a little bit of break and try and refuel and get ready for their matchup against Oklahoma Wesleyan. Coach, first off, what an incredible comeback.
Wow, and we had some opportunities early, it didn't come through, and then, lo and behold, it's the freshman that comes up with the biggest hit of the day. But man, we did quit, and you got to be proud of them. They could have easily quit. We didn't do things very well early, and we gave away some runs, but we hung in there, and if you scratch and claw and you keep fighting, you always give yourself a chance.
Well, and again, Rebecca Clinton, looking total pitches, throws 99 of them, 77 for strikes. Had some nice defensive plays, especially that catch by Stevens in the top of the sixth inning, which we didn't know at the time was going to be such a big play. But a big play from your senior out in center field, and then you get a leadoff single from Sidney Lair to start that sixth inning.
And once again, kind of said earlier in the days, your seniors got to come up big when they are called upon. And at the time, you're right, that didn't seem like such a big catch. But, if they add one more in the top of the sixth, it changes that complexion. And then, Sidney Lair just works her tail off every day. And to come up with a second big hit and kind of jumpstart her comeback, hats off to her.
Well, how big is it for your team to get another opportunity to beat Oklahoma Wesleyan in this tournament?
All you can ask for is an opportunity. I told them before we played Prince. Right now it's just about surviving advance. And it doesn't go down as pretty or ugly in the win column. It's just, can you live to see the next game? And we're running off fumes right now, but we're going to find out what we're made of. I think if we go in there and we can find some energy, because Oklahoma Wesleyan's the same boat we are. A loss and they go home. Obviously they got a little bit of a cushion with if Tabor wins it tomorrow. If we beat them and Tabor wins it tomorrow, they get to go to the national playoffs. But and like I told them, somebody tells us we're done, we're going to keep giving everything we got, and we're not going to make it easy on anybody.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you after the Oklahoma Wesleyan game as we will wrap this one up and be back with you here in about 15-20 minutes. You've been listening to Ottawa University Lady Braves softball on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
We hope you enjoyed this Ottawa University Brave Sports broadcast on KOFO. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Dr. Hale Family Dentistry, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Dials Construction, and by Leon's in downtown Ottawa, Sutton's Jewelry, Advantage Electric, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, also by Ransom Memorial Hospital, C.S. Cunningham Construction, Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers, and by Messenger's Home Furnishings, Arvest Bank, Wise Guys Construction, All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating, and CarStar. For more information about our next OU Brave Sports broadcast, visit our website at KOFO.com and listen daily to the KOFO Sports Calendar. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
When you hear the word neighbor, you probably think trust, maybe even friend. Adamson Brothers has been your neighbor in Ottawa and serving the surrounding communities for 30 years. And 30 years in business doesn't happen by accident. Attention to detail, quality work, and customer service from a trusted neighbor. Thank Adamson Brothers for heating and cooling, service, sales, and installation for your home and business. Call us at 785-242-9273. And don't forget you can visit us online anytime at adamsonbros.com. KCAC.com.
Newsflash, your retirement is just around the corner. If you're 50 or older, it's time to take a serious look at your retirement strategy. The sooner you start, the more time you'll have to work with Modern Woodman to make sure your nest egg is ready. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
Hello, I'm Dale